Hola amigos, good morning and a warm welcome to a very warm day here in Tenerife. Now when you think of Tenerife, if you're a typical Brit, you'll think of sun, sea, sand, sex and Jaeger bombs for breakfast. Well, I'll show you a different side of Tenerife today. I'm here in Igueste in the northeast of the island, a place of lush green hills and big old mountains. So we're off for a hike. Today is day one of 8 days consecutive hiking. It's December, it's 22 degrees, the sea is blue, the sky is blue. Let's do this. So I'm currently in the foothills of the Anaga National Park. I'm really heading into the hills here and hoping to be wild camping there. I'm not sure what the crack is. There's not much information online, so we'll find out as we go along. So as we leave the village of Igueste behind, we're heading up into the foothills of the Anaga National Park. The park with the most endemic species of Europe, no less. I was supposed to come here last year, but it got completely rained off. So I'm very excited to be finally getting here and the weather's decent. We've got 9.4 kilometres until we reach our halfway point of Chamorga. Alright, so 2.5 kilometres in, we are now headed off of the road, which has come up and onto the track. I tell you what, we've only climbed a few hundred metres, but I already feel tired. Just haven't done any hiking lately. The weather in the UK has just been horrific. It feels like it's rained for months. That combined with the heat, whew, making hiking a bit more difficult than usual. So when I was talking about endemic species, I was talking about the flora, such as the dragon tree here, which is only found on the Canary Islands. Obviously, cactus you can find anywhere with this sort of climate. What I wasn't hoping for was spiders, but I don't know if you can see the web, but looks like there's going to be a few of those. So about halfway up the gorge now, and the views are really starting to open up down to sea level there. Just had a little break here and there's a bit of a breeze. It's really nice, but I made the mistake of taking my bag off, putting it back on again, and I've got a sweaty back and the sweat turned cold and sent a shiver down my spine. It's horrible, hate that feeling. Anyway, let's carry on. To a place called Las Casillas. Casillas means houses, I guess. Casas. Not just the ex-Real Madrid goalkeeper. One of them's open. Let's have a look inside. Wow, some busted the door down. A very low ceiling. You can't see that, but that's about Well, it's about 6 foot. Yeah, my hair's just touching the roof. Ooh! Quite an echo in here. Not much else going on. Be a good place for camping. Oh, there's another one here. I guess these must have been used however long, maybe a century ago. I'll have to have a look into it. Hola, buenos días. ¿Usted vive aquí?
No,
No.
solamente. ¿Qué es usted, alemán?
¿Inglés?
¿Inglés?
Sí.
¿De Newcastle?
No, no. En el sur, cerca de Londres, Brighton.
Brighton, sí.
Sí.
Brighton, sí.
En la costa, pero no, la costa no es como acá.
¿Pero por qué hablas tan español bien?
Vivía en Madrid, bueno,
Ah,
hace muchos años, pero
a
sí.
mí me encanta el idioma inglés, me encanta.
¿Ah, sí?
Sí.
¿Hablas? ¿Hablas algo?
A little.
Ah,
I'm
okay.
learning every day.
Every day learning a bit more, yeah?
One day a little,
Ajá.
another day another little.
Poco a poco.
Sí, poco a poco. Sí, sí, me
Qué bien.
encanta.
Sí, ¿tú eres de Tenerife?
Sí, yo soy
Sí.
de aquí, sí.
Muy bien, qué lindo.
No, pero vivo en la capital.
Ah, sí.
Entonces estamos preparando, we are reading Christmas tree.
Christmas time,
Me
yeah.
and my family.
Ah, lovely. ¿Y cuántas personas viven aquí?
Usually, nobody.
Nobody?
Nobody.
Oh,
Only
okay.
weekend.
Ah, just...
Weekend and holiday.
Ah, okay,
¿Está bien
okay.
dicho? ¿Estoy hablando bien?
Sí, muy bien,
Yo me entiendo,
sí. Muy bien.
Yo soy un loco de los idiomas.
Ajá,
No
ya
canto
veo.
ni sino idiomas, todos los que pueda.
Muy bien.
Todos los que pueda.
Qué
Y
bien.
aquí estoy en el sitio más feliz del mundo, disfrutando.
Sí, eso me parece, con este clima y
I
este...
love quiet.
Sí, quiet, yes.
¿Está bien dicho eso?
Yeah, quiet.
Quiet, tranquilidad, ¿no?
Sí,
Con
sí,
M.
sí.
I
Yeah.
love quiet.
Yeah, you love it quiet, yeah.
Igual que en
Perfect.
alemán. Vive de Google. Ay, que vive de Google.
Qué bien, qué bien. Bueno, falta mucho a Chamorga.
Ah, on car o on foot? On foot.
Yeah.
Approximately 3 kilometers.
Not too much. 1 hour.
Only go straight the road.
Okay.
¿Está bien dicho?
Yeah, go straight on the road. Yeah, muy bien. Yeah, you're welcome. ¿Y cómo te llamas?
Marco,
Marco, me llamo Mateo.
Mateo,
Bueno, muchas gracias.
dos apóstoles.
Sí, sí, muy biblio, ¿no?
Have a nice day, friend.
Thank you. See you later. And Merry Christmas.
Okay. Bien macho.
Oh, what a nice chap. So heading through the forest now. It's about 3 kilometres according to Marco. That's the roadway though. I'd rather stick to the trails, which I think is going to be a bit longer, but even still, hopefully be in time for lunch around 2 o'clock. I've certainly worked up an appetite this morning. Alright, so that was a fairly rustic lunch, shall we say. It was literally the only option available. It's just, well, I'm not vegetarian. So now we've got about 3 kilometers till we get to Roque Bermejo, and around there we're gonna look for somewhere to camp. It's 3 o'clock, so we've got plenty of time, 3 hours before sunset, and Roque Bermejo is about 3 kilometers away, so doing quite well for time. So in contrast to the last walk we did from Igueste up to Chamorga, there's people actually walking this route. I didn't see anyone apart from Marco, who lives there in Las Casillas, on the last walk, but from here I've bumped into about 10 different people so far. I believe what most people do is, let's see if we can get out of this wind, what most people do is hike from Chamorga down to Roque Bermejo and back up again. You see, we're hiking down and we're staying down there. Yes, more abandoned houses. If you couldn't tell by now, I've got a bit of a fascination with abandoned houses. They're more interesting than museums for me. I just like trying to imagine who lived here, what stories it's got to tell, why it got abandoned, how long it's been like this. They often make good places to wild camp as well. Not that I'm going to be wild camping here. I'm going to head down to the rock there. That's the Roque Bermejo rock. Although that would be a good spot for camping. Someone's been here before, had a fire. Was that on? I'm guessing that's Olympique Marseille. Frenchies have been here as well. What a nice little spot, guys. Check this out. Typical Tenerife black sand beach, volcanic sand. I'm not going to be able to camp here unfortunately tonight. It's a bit too close to these houses. There doesn't seem to be anyone in them at the moment, which is a damn shame because one of them happens to be a bar selling beers for €1 each and it's closed. Damn it. So the plan is to head up over the hills and not very far away and find a flat spot up there to camp. Right guys, here we are on the embarcadero, the dock or the pier. Now this would be a perfect place to pitch up for the night. It's flat, got the sounds of the waves, protected by the wall from the wind to an extent. The only thing I'm concerned about is will the fishermen be coming back? Will I get moved on? And if I get moved on, where will I go? Well, I'm going to hang around for another hour and a half when it's sunset. I can't imagine they're going to be coming back when it's dark, and I'll pitch up then. This is great. What's over this other side here? Let's have a look. Oh, more sea. Love it. Look at the rock over there. Okay guys, it's 5:45, so far so good. No sign of any fishermen so far. I think we're going to be alright. As per usual, I've got a little drink to end the day with, a little sundowner. And this one's a typical Spanish one. I was in a bit of a rush in the supermarket, I couldn't find anything any better, so I've got Don Simon Vino Tinto. It's red wine. And this, it cost me €1.50 for 1 litre, so it's probably going to be horrible, but yeah, not the best. Doesn't help that it's straight from the carton and I forgot to get a cup. Yeah, not great, but it'll do. I'm not sure if it's me or the wine, but it appears a rainbow's just turned up in the sky out of nowhere. It's dinner time, and today's gourmet selection is a salad from Mercadona, tuna, boiled egg, onions, pasta, crab sticks, and some other bits and pieces. That was €3, which looks a bargain. And I've got some snacks, some cacahuetes, chocolate negro, dark chocolate peanuts, and of course I've still got some wine left. So it's okay. It's a bit dry. I guess a 6 out of 10 from me. One of the many things I love about the Canaries is that even at this time of year, it's December, the temperature doesn't drop to below about 16 degrees at night time, which means it's going to be very comfortable this evening in the bivvy. I can leave the vent open, I don't have to worry about condensation. I haven't brought a sleeping bag with me. I've had to be very selective with my space in my backpack. Another thing I love about the Canaries at night time, this time of year, is the night sky. There's so little pollution here that the sky is just like a blanket of stars. Unfortunately, it doesn't really come out on the GoPro, so I can't share that with you guys, but you just have to come here and see it for yourselves. Ooh, a bit Blair Witch, isn't it? Oh God, scary. Scaring myself. Right, that'll do. Right, it's 7 o'clock and I've just set up. My bivvy is over here. I've got to really be careful where I'm going so I don't fall in the blooming water. Here we go, there's the bivvy. Oh, you can't really see it very well. It's not the best torch in the world, but I'll show you properly in the morning. It was over by the sea wall, but a massive wave splashed over the top here, and yeah, got it a little bit wet. Well, I didn't get the bivvy wet because I hadn't set up at that point, luckily. Yeah, it's a little bit breezy, but it's still warm, still nice. I'm out of the breeze there in the bivvy anyway. Yeah, and all the lights faded apart from the moon up there. It's cloudy, so there's no blanket of stars tonight, unfortunately. So I'm going to drink the rest of the wine. Maybe that breeze has really got up now. Wow. Okay. Jesus. Okay, I need to put something on the bivvy. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, guys, I nearly lost my bivvy. I was just talking on the camera here, waffling away, and then the breeze got up and nearly took my bivvy into the water. My god, that would have been an absolute disaster. I would have lost my bivvy, I would have had nowhere to sleep tonight, I would have nowhere to sleep tomorrow night, I'd have had to buy a new one. Oh my goodness. Luckily, I just saw it, like, well, heard it first, sweeping across the ground, and I saw it and grabbed it just in time. What a nightmare that could have been. Right guys, that's it. It's 7:15 and it's completely pitch black. You can just about make out the outlines of the mountains. You can't on the camera, you can with the naked eye. Yeah, the temperature's still really nice, and I'm still working my way through this red wine, which isn't so nice. But yeah, the bivvy's all set up over here. I'll show you here. It's with all this stuff, and the torch is rubbish, so